Tony DiNucci, after smacking you around last week, I deserve a title shot with the Pussycat.
You mean Wildcat?
The Pussycat.
You want a shot tonight? Becker, Minnesota, you got your shot.
It is championship match time, ladies and gentlemen, here in the American Wrestling Federation. The Wildcat, one of the most unpredictable, one of the most innovative, creative wrestlers we have ever seen, and the current reigning AWF heavyweight champion, doing battle with a man who literally demanded of Tony DiNucci to put this one together. John Johnson, perhaps the most disqualified wrestler in the AWF, perhaps the meanest wrestler in the AWF. Can the skill, the technique of the Wildcat take the measure of this monster?
It's the Rack versus the Cat Salt. The Cat gets to the top rope and it's good night, Irene, for that big fella. He picks the Cat up and catches him. It's good night for the Cat. What are you doing with the strap there, Draper?
What a nice belt. You know, having this in my hands right now almost makes me wish I'd gone into professional wrestling.
That's medium size. It won't fit around your girth, by the way.
Well, you're just a mile a minute with the fat jokes, aren't you?
Wait a minute. Makes you wish you would have gotten into professional wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an athlete.
An athlete, yeah, I know. You wrestled in high school at the 600-pound weight class. I know that.
Junior varsity conference champion. Thank you very much.
How many other teams were in the division with you?
Well, I think 5.
5.
That was the book class too, wasn't it? You took on the library division and you took on the social studies department.
Perhaps the debate team.
I did win the 8th grade geography as well.
Sure
That's
you did, because they used you as a map of China.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mick Karsh, here always. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, Wildcat.
Yeah, these fans want to see wrestling. They don't want to see the Wildcat posturing. John Johnson's giving the fans what they want, and he should really receive the appreciation of these morons for it.
I tell you what, I've got to give the devil his due, because I have been a long-time admirer of what John Johnson accomplishes in the ring. Not necessarily his personality, but I tell you what, this guy is the real deal. I mean, you talk about a bona fide tough guy here in the AWF, it's him.
6'6", 250, 260 pounds. This
265, actually. The ring announcer knows these things.
The ring announcer knows. Did you weigh him in this time?
The commission official, I think, did that this
morning.
morning.
Put him on a scale against you. You stand on one side, don't you? Anyway, back to the action.
Wow, what a tremendous head scissors. And Johnson, big drop kick. And the big man is in trouble already. Look at Wildcat. Over the top, out of the floor. Wow. This Wildcat, you talk about unorthodox. That's putting it mildly. Well, look at him. He's eyeballing Johnson now.
I can't even see his eyes. I don't know where he's looking.
He's getting this crowd all wound up, all fired up. Uh-oh. You know, Johnson thinks that's a safe place to be right now. I don't necessarily agree. Oh, that's what I mean.
A second rope plancha there, lands it right on the target.
The Wildcat, ladies and gentlemen, who of course defeated Ariya Daivari.
Here we go again.
Defeated Ariya Daivari to win the AWF Heavyweight Championship.
Ariya Daivari reigned undefeated for almost 18 months until the Cat came to the AWF and promptly took that little strap you're holding there in your chubby little fingers and put it around his thin, athletic waist.
You're just looking at this belt right here, so incredibly envious and jealous that you can't have it. You still need to get over the fact that you're done as a competitor here in the AWF. You're never going to contend for this again.
Keep it up and you're going to have as much gold that's on this strap in your teeth in a minute.
I'll buy a ticket for that one. You know, for longtime wrestling fans, and including me, a guy who started broadcasting in the 1940s, you jerk, the Wildcat's very, very reminiscent of the great Mil Mascaras, one of the great masked men, luchadors of all time. But I tell you what, he's got a broken nose after that faceplant by John Johnson.
That was a mouthful of canvas there, and Johnson straight to the jawline of the cat here. Come on, referee Rob Page, admonish him. Closed fist. Let's make this a fair contest.
Do you think for 1 minute,
Wah,
Johnny
wah.
Parks, that John Johnson cares about the referee's cadence, the referee's count, the instructions of the referee? He's basically laughed in the face of authority. He's laughed at Tony DiNucci, Sabrina Perri, anybody with stroke around here. He doesn't take it seriously.
Well, he laughs at the most laughable person of all, DJ Draper, too.
I'm
that I
a
can
funny
understand.
guy.
Well, everybody's your friend, aren't they? You're a popular kid in school, too, weren't you, Draper?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the kids loved him. They loved him. They used him as a piñata quite a few times. Imagine the candy that came out of this guy.
Cha-ching.
Oh, whack that was with a stick 6 or 7 times. Oh, look at Johnson now.
Take off his mask. Come on, Johnson.
Why do you want him to take the mask off? Why?
Because I know who he is, but I think everyone else should probably
You
find out too.
don't know who he is. You don't know who you are. Oh, Johnson all the way across the ring, reminiscent of Mad Dog Vachon with about 60 pounds to boot. Look at the viciousness. Look at the face on John Johnson. I tell you what, this guy, just a nasty individual.
Oh, just a horrible man, period.
Whoa, you
Well,
guys are so judgmental. Mick, did you ever sit down for that cup of coffee with Johnson like I suggested you do?
I told you before, I won't sit down for a cup of tea with him. If he offered to buy me a T-bone steak, I wouldn't sit down with him. I wouldn't sit down with you because I couldn't find room at the table.
Why does everything have to be about me? There's 2 world-class competitors, and they're our
Absolutely.
champion and our next champion, John Johnson, going at it here. And here you
look
are
at
making
this.
fat jokes.
Look at this. That's not even a sloppy cover. That's arrogance on the part of Johnson, and it could come back to haunt him. Look at him hammering away at the sternum of the Wildcat. That imprint of John Johnson's massive paw is on the chest of the Wildcat.
and excuse the pun about that one, Slick Mick.
Bada boom, ladies and gentlemen.
But he's trying to remove the cat's head, or the pussy cat, as he liked to call him earlier on the
Well,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, you liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Good one-liner there.
You're a funny guy.
John Johnson is so diabolical. Every move that he makes in that ring is with purpose, with impact. There's no wasted movement. Oh, what a chop.
I think his nipple went into the 4th row.
I believe so. I believe he swallowed it. Draper did.
What?
Stop chewing. Put it back on him, will you?
John Johnson, they've called him the Misfit. They've called him Diablo John. They've called Johnson, a 265-pound man with a drop kick.
Draper told me he actually taught him how to do that.
Well, my feet can leave the ground if they...
Yeah, when you fall on the ice on your fat rear end in these Minnesota winters. Never seen so much flesh in my life as when you take a...
A little direction seems to be lost by the viciousness of John Johnson right now in a modified, can I say that, Slick Mick?
Go
Absolutely.
ahead.
Looks like a version of a bow and arrow, almost standing version there, as he's reaching back on the clavicles of the Wildcat. Minutes ago working on the neck, now going to the back.
You know, you look at the arms. Look at they're twisted. They're contorted in a way that the human body was not meant to go. And Johnson, look at the expression on John Johnson.
All Wildcat has to do is say one word, uncle, and it's over, and we can be done with it.
And the crowd's firmly behind the cat. He's firing up there, Draper. Keep an eye on this action.
Look at the Wildcat. He's got to finesse his way out of this one. And that he did. You're not going to outpower John Johnson, but that presence of mind, that ring presence, that awareness of the Wildcat, nobody there. Johnson goes in hard to the buckle. Look at Cat. Catches him with the shoulder to the midsection. Oh, boot right to the head. Oh,
It stunned the big man, and the cat's going to the top.
this is so fantastic. What are you going? Look at that. There he goes. Is that it? Count of 1, 2.
Oh,
I have not seen anybody kick out of that maneuver before.
just in the nick of time, John Johnson able to roll his shoulder over at the count of 2. Wow.
One of the most impressive, visually speaking, maneuvers in all of the AWF.
Kind of like just being thrown on his rear end there. I mean, pretty good.
Boy, the resilience of John Johnson. This guy is he's a tank in that. No, this is the wreck. Oh!
Planted his face right into that
new
canvas.
champ
We got
right
a new
here.
champ. Yes. 2, 3.
Oh,
That was 3, right?
I don't know how much closer Rob Page could have come to counting 3. I thought, as did Draper, that we had a new champion here in the AWF.
It's actually a 2-count Draper, sort of like the thread count on your cheap suit.
Don't be
Don't
premature.
insult
Don't
my
be premature.
wardrobe.
We've talked about your problem with being premature.
Hey,
you don't
wait a
want to do
second
that
here.
here in the AWF. Look at Johnson. Oh, wait a minute. He extricated himself, did Wildcat. Look at that maneuver. Can the cat get something going here? Drop kick, missile drop kick. Caught him in the upper chest area.
He's on fire. You can see Johnson setting him out for the Celtic rack.
Look at this now. Oh, wait a minute. Wow, that DDT. That tornado DDT from the top rope.
Oh, no, not.
And now
Not the
Wildcat.
cat salt.
Watch this. Oh, my. Oh, my.
And he caught everything of it.
How beautiful was that? I have to give credit where credit is due to John Johnson. He gave this 150%. He came within an eyelash of walking out of here the AWF heavyweight champion. But bottom line, much to your chagrin, is the fact that the Wildcat, the man in the mask, is still the champ.
And Johnny Perks isn't the champ, and right now that's all I care about.
You're such a hateful little man, aren't you? I'm going to give you one of them.
Hey, knock it off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest at this time, and as I understand it, congratulations are in order. You just won a poll of the AWF wrestling fans, a narrow victory over Jay Soltis and Patrick Cooper as the referee of the year here at the AWF, Rob Page.
Well, thank you, and thank the fans of the AWF for voting me referee of the year. I mean, it's a very thankless job that I have. I mean, I'm only one guy for the most part, but these other guys do help out. And, yeah, I take my bumps, I take my bruises, but I make the best calls that I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, they call him honorable for a good reason. A man of integrity, that's what I'm talking about, Rob Page.